nerds, this is Pam coming to you from Stationery Nerd. Today we're going to take a look at this UNNI Classic Notebook in turquoise, and it's actually a soft cover. So let's take a look and see what's inside. So first of all, the thing that we need to talk about is the name of the book. I bought this book back in the fall of 2017, and shortly after I made that purchase, they changed the name of their company. And so you'll probably recognize it because it's one of the most popular brands now, but it's now called Minimalism Art. And they have a couple of different lines of journals that you can choose from. This is the soft cover, and they're still calling it the Classic Notebook. And then there are the hardcover versions, and you can get it in a couple of different sizes. A5 and let's take a look actually, because I don't remember. You can get it in A4, A5, and A6. And this is the spreadsheet that I have available on my website to download if you're interested in taking a look at that. stationarynerd.com/journals. And this is a 4-page spreadsheet. It's got a listing of all 30 of the journals that I have reviewed and all of the specs for each one of them. So super handy as you're shopping for a new journal. So let's take a look at this UNNI Classic notebook, and I did get the plain version, thinking that I would use it as a sketchbook. So the paper in this is 100 GSM. There's 192 pages, and they're calling it light ivory, and it is available as dotted, lined, square grid, or blank. So obviously I got the blank version. I believe that the new version does not have the yellow edging on it. At least that's what it looks like in the pictures. But they still have the black end papers on the inside. So I don't think there's anything here. So the size is actually 5 3/4 by 8 1/4, which is, yes, that is actually true A5 size. And the cover on this, it is soft, but it feels really, I don't know, it's so soft, like soft to the touch, and it feels good in the hand. And they do advertise that you can actually bend this right completely in half, and then also when you have it open, that you can bend it like this and it's fine. And I have actually tried that when I was doing the initial test, and it does actually hold up. That spine is super tough. And if you look down in there, you can see that this is, let's see if we can make it focus here. This is a sewn journal, and then the spine on the inside, there's actually a fabric binding that's glued along the back of the spine. So that is what's giving it that extra strength. And then the cover is on the outside of that spine, and it's not actually connected. So the cover, there's a gap in there between the cover and that little spine fabric piece. So sometimes when you get a soft cover journal, you're sacrificing the sturdiness of the binding, but I do not see that at all in this one. I think this is excellent, and definitely a good choice for a soft cover. So let's take a look at the paper color itself. So we're going to compare it to a couple of things here. So first of all, we're just going to look at it compared to regular white copy paper, and they call this light ivory, and I would agree that that is a light ivory color. And I'm just going to zoom in here a little bit so that you can see, and it's very close. I'm impressed. But let's compare it to the Leuchtturm, and let's see what that paper looks like. So this is the Leuchtturm 1917, and that paper is very much the same. So very similar in color to the UNNI. Those two are almost exactly the same. So let's also take a look at the Scribbles That Matter. I've got one of the original books. Turn it to a page that I haven't used yet. I use this as my travel journal. So the Scribbles That Matter is definitely whiter and much lighter in color than the other two, and very much in the more white family for the Scribbles. I don't have a problem with this shade of ivory. I think that it's good and it's not too much on the yellow side. So let me see. There's no features in here. There's no pocket in the back, and the end paper is a heavy cardstock, and it's black. And then same with the front is a heavy cardstock and black. And then the edge on this one is yellow, but the edge on the ones that you can buy now are just plain. So let me zoom out just a little bit here. And now let's take a look at the pen test on these. So we have a series of pens that I used for this pen test. First of all, I grabbed a couple of Sharpie liquid highlighters. I use highlighters a lot in my journal, so I wanted to test those. Those turned out really good. And then just a variety of black pens, from gel pens to fine liners, ballpoint, and even a fountain pen, some thick, some thin. But I'm gonna list all of these in the description below so you can take a look at that list. I'm not gonna go through it right now. So let's take a look. I'm really impressed with this paper. There is a soft coating on it, and it writes very smooth. And you can see as we look at each one of those pens, I don't see any feathering at all, which is unusual because a lot of these will have feathering, especially on the wet, super wet inks, which is the fountain pen and then also the Bic 730R. But right here, I see nothing at all. And in fact, even with the highlighter, it's super crisp and it looks very nice. And I did also ballpoint pen. I think somebody asked me to do that, and so I added that to the bottom. So let's take a look at the results. So this is 100 GSM paper. However, I don't think that it acts like 100 GSM. I think the opacity on this is not the same as some of the other opacity ratings on the heavier paper, because I'm seeing a lot of ghosting here. And I think this might actually be too much ghosting for me. And then also very concerning, we have bleed through. So the fountain pen bled through, didn't feather on the other side, but it did bleed through, and then also the Bic bled through in some spots. Oh, and that actually, take a look at that. The highlighter also had some problems. Ballpoint pen, not a problem at all. So if you're using this, maybe a ballpoint pen is the right choice. But again, because I got the blank journal, it makes me think that this would be an excellent sketchbook for somebody who enjoys doing graphite sketches. So pencil or maybe charcoals or something like that, because it's so portable and the paper is so smooth. I'm thinking that this would be a really great on-the-go art journal for those who have much more artistic ability than I do. So anyway, that's all I have for now, and I am going to leave the link below for the big journal review on the website. When you click through to the review on this specific notebook, it's actually going to take you, if you click through to the link on Amazon, it's going to take you to the listing for the Minimalism Art Journal, because that's all that's available. I think you can still buy this version, the soft cover, that's called the UNNI Classic, on their website directly, but on Amazon it's actually branded as Minimalism Art, and you can get the hard or the soft cover. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at the review online. So anyway, that's all for now, and I will talk to you soon. Be sure to like the video, give it a thumbs up. Give me a comment below if you've used this and what you think of it. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.